Hi, in this video I will show you one more useful exercise for the beginners. If you haven't seen my previous video, lesson number 1, I totally recommend that you go and watch it before you do this exercise here. This time we're going to draw two circles in a square shape. Just like in the previous exercise, with this one you will practice many beneficial qualities for your drawing skills. It's going to be a little bit more challenging. Well, let's begin working so you can see for yourself. Just like with the previous exercise, to begin with, we need to establish the size of our project. Currently, the size of my drawing is approximately 29 centimeters. I begin my drawing with two markings on the top and the bottom and the vertical line right in the middle, after which I divide that vertical line in half, I take that measurement and I transfer it to my horizontal line. Little by little, I'm adding all the sides and I'm getting a perfectly symmetric square shape. Make sure that at this point your lines are very straight and clean. They might not be perfect, but you will have enough time to clean them out and make them even more accurate. I would like to remind you that this exercise should entirely be done with no rulers and any other additional tools. After having done my square shape, I have divided it in 4 parts by diagonal lines from corners to corner, crossing the center point. As you can see, I'm trying to be as accurate as I can with drawing my lines, and the eraser is a very good help at this point. After having divided the square shape with all the vertical, horizontal, diagonal lines, I'm proceeding to drawing a semicircle. After having done a first part of my semicircle, I'm carefully measuring it from the corner to the side and making sure that I transfer that measurement to all the other corners. Little by little, I add all the 4 parts, and after that, you're supposed to achieve a perfectly circular shape. After having done a bigger circular shape, I'm actually proceeding to drawing a smaller one, just in that same way, measuring from the center to the outside and from the outside to the center, making sure that all the proportions are identically same. After taking the measurements and after measuring everything as much as I have to, I'm trying to clean my lines and making sure that visually they're very perfect and clean. After having completed circular shapes, I'm going to draw 2 smaller square shapes inside those circles. After having completed the circles and the squares, I'm cleaning my drawing out and trying to take away all the unnecessary lines which were helping us to build the drawing. After completing the linear drawing of the squares and the circles, I'm proceeding to the values. As you can see, I'm adding my value layer by layer, not really cross-hatching so much, but just trying to make sure that I fill in my graphite in a very even and homogeneous way. After darkening the first shape, I'm using an eraser in order to clean my circles a little bit. As you can see, I'm trying to use exactly the same technique and approach to the value as I have done on the beginning, working with a pencil and working with an eraser at the same time, perfectionating all the corners and all the sides, making round forms look round and making square shapes look square. After applying 1 or 2 graphite layers into the darker shapes, I return to them once again in order to glaze it one more time, just in order to achieve a very even and nice rendering. Little by little, all the parts which are supposed to get darker are getting their rendering in. And as you can see, I'm also trying to bend my cross-hatching marks a little bit, following the round form of my circles. While progressing, I actually realized how useful this exercise may be. It is really difficult to make the big circles be perfectly symmetric, and if you try this exercise you will understand it. You must stand up and go further away from your drawing once in a while to see it from a distance, just in order to make sure that it really looks perfectly symmetric and not flattened on one side and too rounded on the other. All the sides have to be absolutely equal, and the more accurate the better. Remember to keep your pencils always sharp. One of the factors that is going to make you succeed in this drawing is the sharp pencils. I recommend that you sharpen at least 5 of the pencils, and once one of them is becoming blunt, you're good to go and pick up the next one right away, so you don't have to lose your time sharpening them. Sharp pencil will not only help you to make your lines much nicer, but it will also improve your rendering quite a lot. So stock up with the patience and work hard. One of the things that you're also allowed to do is to turn your board around. Putting it upside down will definitely help you to see all the inaccuracies and make your circular shapes even more accurate. Approaching the last corner, darkening the last shape in here, and little by little I'm closer and closer to finishing my exercise. The last touch in this exercise should be making all the outlines a little bit hotter and darker, which actually allows to make the drawing look even more clean and even more accurate. Pushing the edges, pushing the corners, little by little I'm coming closer to the end. At this point, our exercise is finished. I hope you enjoyed it. In the next video, the exercise will get more challenging. If you would like to see the continuation, remember to give me your likes and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.